I know for a fact that you're sick and tired of searching the internet constantly for ways to lose fat and get lean. Every single day, these gurus come online and tell you 50,000 steps for 3 days and you got your dream physique. Bro, they're all full of fucking bullshit. And I'm here to tell you the real ways that I'm actually using to get lean. Last year, it was my first ever cut for the gym, and I've seen all these videos online talking about eat off the wooden chopping board with steak and eggs, and that's it, and nothing else. Yeah, like literal carnivore, right? And that's the best way to get lean. I was talking to my friends about it. That, like, it all made sense. But bro, after like 2 weeks of it, it was actually feeling pretty good for the first 2 weeks, and then I started watching mukbangs for dinner. I literally was up at night at like 1 or 2 a.m. couldn't fucking sleep because my body was like deprived of the certain nutrients it needed. It had no energy. I wasn't PRing in the gym. I was actually going down in the gym. Like my lifts went down, which means that I was losing muscle. The real way to actually get shredded, bro, is to eat a whole diet of whole foods. You're eating stuff like potatoes, rice, meat of like like chicken, salmon, steak, eggs, this kind of food, and you structure it in a way which I'm about to tell you that actually fuels your workout and makes it so that you're able to train as hard as you can. Because when you're training as hard as you can and you're PRing literally every single week, your body's got no choice but to either retain or even put on more muscle. So yeah, you're actually increasing your muscle mass during the cut. Now look, the way that I structure my diet is that I wake up, no food for the first few hours, and I just sip on black coffee, I sip on water, and that's literally it, bro. That's called intermittent fasting. You probably already know about it, and you probably never fucking tried it. So look, tomorrow when you wake up, zero food. I'm telling you, bro, like I want you to get lean. That's why I'm telling you this. I'm on like your side on this. I want you to wake up tomorrow, not eat, feel the benefits, sip on some black coffee like you're some fancy schmancy motherfucker. And now, basically the black coffee just makes it so you don't get hungry. And then you eat your first meal. Now my first meal is usually something small. It's just gonna be a couple potatoes, with some like eggs, like an omelette, right? I'll have like chop up some onion, put some seasonings, make the omelette, blah blah blah. And I usually only make like 3 eggs because eggs are quite calorically heavy due to the yolk, but 3 eggs is enough, and I keep myself satiated by eating fats, right? Like I do still eat fats, obviously, and I want you to not go on this like zero fat or zero carb. Like just eat every single macro, bro. You'll get lean. You'll have energy in the gym, and after I eat that meal, and this is about 2 hours before I train, by the way. So I'll eat that meal. 2 hours later is training. But in between that and my gym session, I'll have a banana. And I have the banana because it's quick release energy. So about 15 minutes before gym starts, I'll eat a banana. And that will fuel the workout even further. Now, the reason I'm doing all this, the reason I have like the potatoes, the banana, the carbs, right, is to make sure that I have enough energy in the gym to be hitting PRs every time, hence putting on muscle slash maintaining. My body has to use the fat as energy and to burn it because I'm in a calorie deficit. Basically, I'm in a deficit. The body wants to use something to burn for energy. It's going to use the fat because I'm using my muscles every week. I'm PRing every week. After the gym, recovery super important. Within the next 2 to 3 hours, right? Like within, bro, if you're not eating within 3 hours of the gym, you're actually gonna undergo like muscle wastage or some shit. I don't want that. So just make sure. Let's just call it 2 hours after the gym. 2 hours after, you have to eat. Straight after the gym, by the way, I do eat a banana because that's just like quick release energy again. It just like quickly replenishes the glycogen in the muscles. And my second big meal, this is basically my dinner now. I literally just eat a massive serving of rice, probably about 100 to 125 grams uncooked weight, and I eat that with a chicken breast and probably about 200, 250 grams of beef steak. That's my dinner. And bro, please season your food. Don't worry about the seasonings, yeah? You can eat nice food on the cut. You don't have to fucking like do yourself like that and not even season your food. That's fucked. That's actually so bad. If people are telling you online just to boil chicken and broccoli and just like grind it out, you're not gonna stick to it. At least this way, you're sticking to it, bro. And look, once you understand these principles, right, and that is my diet, by the way. I'll have snacks in between, like obviously the bananas. I'll eat some Greek yogurt, and not like fat free because I like it to have a little bit of fat because fat makes it satiating. Some supplements that I take are creatine powder, 5 grams a day, and whey protein, just like a scoop of whey every day. In terms of cardio, there's two types that I do. The first one is called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is literally walking. Okay, just a fancy way of saying that. I walk 100,000 steps every single week, which averages to about 14.27 whatever thousand. Like basically 14k a day, 15k a day. Yeah, I aim for 15,000 every single day. If I don't hit it, I don't give a fuck because my actual target is 100,000 in a week. If I get 5,000 tomorrow and then 20,000 the next day, we're good. You know what I mean? Like I'm basically trying to just average 15,000. If you work full time and you want to get your steps in, it's possible. If you walk 10 minutes every single hour of your full-time job, that's 8,000 steps for free. Maybe even more, depending on your height, weight, and like how fast you move. It's about 8k. And then 7,000 steps after work or before work, it's piss. You'd easily do that. And that's your 15k done for the day. And then you just do that every single day. Next 10 weeks, you'll be fucking lean, yeah? You'll see a massive difference. And now when it comes to your hard cardio, the way that I like to do it, I like to do a sport because I've just done sport all my life, bro. I love fighting, yeah? So at the moment, I'm doing boxing training and I've always been a boxer, right? So I hit the heavy bag for like 5-6 rounds, a heavy bag after the gym session. Takes about 30 minutes and bro, you get your sweat on, you feel really good. It's really good for you. I would say this part is optional. Doing the hard cardio is completely optional. If you do 15,000 steps a day, that is more than enough. But if you want to take it to the next level, just kind of supercharge it, you can do this as well. And it means that you can spend less days in the gym. I currently do 4 times a week. I'm planning to actually knock it down to about 3 or maybe even 2. I'm just going to experiment and see how it goes. And I'm going to basically focus a bit more on the boxing because that's just what I want to do right now. And yeah, that brings me on to the weights actually. In terms of weight training, you definitely want to do it to maintain/gain muscle. You can do 2 to 4 sessions a week. You're on a cut, you're in a deficit. You won't have as much energy to be training like 6 times a week, so don't do that. Don't overtrain, basically, yeah? Just be super careful. You're already going to be walking the 15k steps, so you're going to be in a nice little deficit there. And just make sure that when you're training, you go in there and you train like a fucking animal, bro. You want to look like an animal, fucking train like one, and you'll get there, yeah? So next time you train, please, like, bro, I fucking beg of you, don't be this pussy that does like bicep curl on the ropes and shit, and you're just like, you know, like a few pins in the stack and you just hit like 10 reps. Oh, I really feel the burn and the squeeze now. That feels really good. And then you just put it down, yeah? Bro, I want you to be a fucking animal, okay? I want you to actually train like your mother's life is on the line. So next time you train, just imagine if I don't hit, like let's say you put on a weight that kind of scares you, yeah? Like for me, on incline dumbbell press, if I'm doing 30s, it's really easy. If I'm doing 32, it's really easy. If I do 35 is the number where for some reason I'm like, there's a chance that I don't get like, 6, 7, 8 reps today. There's a chance that I don't hit that. I want that for you. Pick a weight where you're like, there's a chance that I ain't going to hit like 10. And then hit 10. Mother's life on the line. Hit fucking 10. But that's all I have to say, bro. In terms of getting shredded and getting lean, I think I've covered pretty much everything. So just don't go on these horrible starvation diets, please. Please make sure that you're eating every single macro and that you're fueling your workouts properly, exactly how I've described. First meal can be small, second meal can be huge, and the snacks in between, just like pick and choose whatever you like. If you want to eat a little dessert like a chocolate or something, just make sure it fits in your calories. And if you want basically someone to handhold you and calculate calories for you, make sure that, you know, like we're sticking to your dietary restrictions. If you're vegetarian, whatever, and you have a full-time job, it's hard for you to hit the gym, like, that twice a week thing sounds interesting, how do we actually do that? Well, then you can chat to me directly, one-to-one, bro. I offer coaching on Instagram, so you can literally drop onto my Instagram, DM me coach. My link is down below. So just DM me coach on Instagram, and I will personally, we'll jump on a call. We'll go through your situation. The call is completely free, by the way, so we can definitely just chat for free, and we'll just make sure that we're the right fit to work together and everything. And if we are, bro, I'll be happy to like jump on board with you and just get you to this goal, because I know it's not easy, man. It's not easy. Going on a fat loss kind of goal and making sure you actually hit it, it's not easy. So I just want to make sure that you got the right information, you got the right person guiding you, you're accountable, you're actually hitting your workouts, you're actually hitting your fucking calories and your macros and your micronutrients, everything. I want to do it for you, man. So if you want that and you want my help, DM me coach down below, Instagram. Let's get it done, man. And with that, bro, like, comment, subscribe. Sweat or regret, man. I'm out.